Welcome to our CCNG Partner webcast today. I'm David Hadobas, President and CEO of CCNG. And as you can see from our title slide, we're going to be talking with Patrick Botz of VPI. He's the Vice President of Workforce Optimization. And VPI has been a long-time CCNG partner, very valuable and a very active partner in educating our membership. And we've asked Patrick to spend a few minutes with us today to give us an update on VPI and what's been going on there. So, Patrick, I'm going to turn things over to you.
Thanks so much, David. I'm thrilled to be here to share the 4 top advances that we've seen in call center quality monitoring in recent years. And I think you'll find this very educational and beneficial. The first real major advancement that we're seeing a lot of our customers take is a transition from random to a more focused QA. So traditionally what we do is we take 3 to 5 calls per agent per month, evaluate those calls. Maybe if they're new hires, we'll take 10 calls per agent per month. And what that gives us is there is a lot of low-value calls that aren't really that coachable. And what a lot of organizations are moving to is trying to pinpoint and really find those worst practice and those best practice calls, the high-value calls, if you will. So they're using, and I'll get into the second major advance here, is they're using analytics to really pinpoint and target the calls that matter most to them. Because when you're evaluating low-value calls, all you're doing is really adding to the cost of an already expensive interaction. So here's an example of what's called desktop analytics, and it's probably the most powerful analytical tool out there for cost-effectively tagging information to your calls in order to find the calls that are most important to you. So essentially what it does, this is just an example of an order information, order entry screen, a CRM system. It could be any application that your agents are using, either a web-based application, if you use a Salesforce or Sugar CRM or something like that. Or it could be a claims system, maybe a homegrown system that you use to enter information. But desktop analytics can essentially pull any information, either screens entered by your agents, so if you want to know when they entered a screen and when they left the screen, or when they started a process and when they finished a process, or you might just want to pull data off the screen. So in this case, you'll see we're pulling all this data highlighted in green, order ID, order type, the order value even, the customer ID, and we're tagging it to the actual call. As you can see from the media player below, we've captured all that information, and now all that information is searchable, and it can be used to assign calls for quality monitoring. Some of the additional information that our customers like to tag with desktop analytics, of course, in a sales environment, customer ID, order type, those types of things, very popular. If they take credit cards over the phone, they want to know when they started that credit card transaction and when they left that screen, and that helps ensure PCI compliance. Here's some other examples here. Support environments. You might want to tag case ID, ticket ID. Very helpful for tracking first contact resolution to ensure that, repeat calls, if they come in, that you want to tag those for quality evaluation. And here are just some other things in a variety of industries that our customers are tagging to their calls in order to find the ones that matter most to them. So then what the new quality monitoring systems do is they take the traditional call audio, they'll take the screen video as well, so the actual video from the agent's monitor as they're navigating through the call workflow and even after the call during wrap time, assemble that together. They'll add call metadata. This is the typical data that you get from the phone system or the dialer or CTI information here. And then we call VPI Fact Finder, the desktop analytics tool. We'll tag all that additional data and events when they go into certain screens, when they leave screens. And then we'll add even more data from the ACD and dialer. And we'll assemble all that information together automatically and put those calls in the buckets that matter most to you. So So maybe you're really focusing on improving first contact resolution and you want to analyze and evaluate every repeat call. You can do that. So it's easy to set up. If you want to improve customer retention, you may want to look at canceled accounts or canceled orders. Maybe you're looking at optimizing handle time. Maybe not handle time overall or measuring at the agent level, but very valuable to look at handle time by call types. Maybe you want to look at calls with multiple transfers and hold as well. If you're looking to accelerate sales, some buckets that are pretty popular is looking at new orders with high values, so we can replicate the best practices of our best sales agents and use those calls as training clips to train other agents. You may want to look at upsell attempts that didn't result in a sale, so we can find out where the skill gaps are necessary to improve our agents' selling tactics. If you're looking to optimize collections, you may want to look at high handle time, calls with high handle time and no promise to pay. What can we do to ensure that we're not wasting time and we're getting either the instant payment or the promise to pay? You may also want to look at calls where late fees were waived or credits were issued unnecessarily. And then I mentioned PCI DSS compliance is a big issue nowadays as well. PCI DSS compliance, just a little bit more on that. So it's essentially the same principle. Use desktop analytics to find out when they're entering a screen. And as you can see from the red lines here within the call, within the media player, you can see when the agent entered a screen where there's sensitive information and then where they left the screens where there's sensitive information. And during that period, the screen video recording is blocked and the audio is muted out. So for all of you that need to comply with PCI compliance and regulations by the end of this year, this is a great solution for that as well. The third major advance in quality monitoring tools is what's called smart evaluation. And smart evaluations are a really great tool in that when you're actually developing the QA forms, you can assign an action to quality monitoring forms, to each question if you'd like. So what you can do is say, all right, if they get this question wrong, maybe they get a no on this question, did the agent do this? No. You can automatically assign coaching and e-learning straight to their desktop to those agents that are getting that QA question wrong. You could send an email alert either to their supervisor, to QA analyst, or even to the agent. You might want to send the agent a pop-up message, just an alert as a reminder, telling them to do something on their next call. And what's really neat is you could even add metrics to these quality evaluation forms. So you could potentially have a QA form that pre-scores itself just with metrics about that call, because you're gathering all this information now about the call, and it can pre-score things. Popular metrics that could be added at the QA level are maybe handle time, so the actual time of the call. Should this type of call be less than this duration, and have it automatically pre-score that question? Maybe you want to introduce, from a customer's perspective, customer actually fills out a survey after the call, and that metric drives the answer to a question. Other things that you can do is you can use business rule templates now to automatically tag any type of call for QA that's important to you. So you choose the metric, whatever it is. It could be metrics from your phone system, your ACD, your dialer. Could be other KPIs that you're capturing from the agent's desktop applications. And you can trigger, using business rules, those calls to be tagged for quality monitoring or coaching to be sent and so forth. And then the fourth major advance is really making all the analytics and all the information, the QA, everything you're doing, making it more actionable and automating a lot of the manual tasks that are happening today. So what it does is the new tools will display not only their QA scores, here you can see in the ticker above, and this ticker just docks above agents' existing applications or supervisors' existing applications. It's always on, so they can always see in real time how they're doing on all their KPIs. Not only the QAs, you can see here average QA score, You can see their compliance skill score at 98%. It's actually, they're doing better than their goal. But you can add other things like adherence, promise to pay, sales, any metric that is important to measuring your agent's performance and any metric you want to drive an improvement in. If you show that to them in the tickers, you will see that improvement. It also has links to coaching. So if your workforce management system says, all right, time to take coaching, then all the coaching that has been assigned to them from either the results of your QA evaluation forms or any other thresholds that were crossed and coaching was assigned to that agent, that can now take the coaching. Agents can also click on the red button here within the ticker and click on their agent scorecard, and they'll see this scorecard here of all those same metrics or whatever metrics you'd like to show them. And here you can see there's also a QA metric highlighted as well. But there's all the other KPIs that are important to them on a daily, weekly, and monthly view. And then they can see not only their results, but how their group's doing and their target's doing. So it really drives accountability, it drives agent performance, and it creates this healthy competition among agents and allows you to track everything consistently. Just a little bit about VPI for those of you who are unfamiliar with us. We recently participated in a 6-month research study here by Ventana Research and ranked highest in customer assurance. Really partner with our customers to ensure their success, and scored really well on product scores as well. Thanks, David.
Well, Patrick, thank you. Appreciate you taking time today to go through that update and overview for our members. And for our viewers, let me just remind you, you're either seeing this webcast directly from the CCNG channel on Bright Talk. That channel is Contact Center and Customer Care, where all the content on that channel is aimed at this industry. Or you're seeing it directly from the VPI portal on ccng.com. And on this portal, you'll be able to find valuable links to content from VPI, the website, the blog, the LinkedIn groups, and those types of things. As you can see from this slide, VPI does manage a group that CCNG and our members are very active in called Call Center Experts on LinkedIn. And here's the contact information for Patrick as well. So we'll wrap it up there. Patrick, I can't tell you how much we appreciate everything VPI has not only done with CCNG, but really done for the industry. So once again, thanks for taking time with us today.